team decide to do a project on the salary and tax calculation. This program is designed for cafe setting, accommodating job positions such as manager, supervisor, chef, barista, and server. And it efficiently calculates net monthly salary by taking into account input like employee's name, job choice, and hours worked, while referencing a table containing gross salary range and tax percentage to ensure precise and fair deduction. Each job comes with different hourly rate, and some positions are giving extra benefit in the form or fixed allowance such as meal, health, and also transport based on the employee job position, ensuring a more complete and just salary structure. This program also accounts for additional factors such as bonuses and performance level based on hours where employees are fairly compensated for their extra effort. Once the gross salary is obtained, the system will determine the correct tax percentage. This step will be included in the overall salary calculation to ensure accurate net pay for each employee.
Hi, we have 6 objectives of the project, which is to simplify the employee salary calculation process systematically, to provide tax calculation based on the prescribed progressive tax rate, to store and display complete salary information for each employee, to include bonus and overtime in the final salary, to reduce manual calculation error through automation, to ensure fair compensation by automatically assign fixed allowance based on employee position. Okay, so for analysis we have 3, which is input, process, and output. The input is name, job choice, and hours work, while the process is calculate basic salary, calculate overtime pay, calculate gross salary, calculate tax rate, and calculate net salary. Okay, for the output, we have name, job position, hourly rate, hourly work, allowance, performance level, basic salary, overtime pay, bonus, gross salary, tax amount, and net salary.
Here are the procedure code for our project. In this procedure code, there is function calculate tax, function calculate bonus, and function display employee info.
The flowchart begins with a start symbol indicating the beginning of the program. It then prompts the user to enter their name, job position, and the number of hours worked. Based on the job selected, the program automatically follows a specific path to assign the correct hourly rate and allowance. If the input is invalid, the program will end automatically. After setting these values, it calculates the basic salary by multiplying the hourly rate with either the standard hours or the total hours worked, whichever is less. Next, the program evaluates the employee's performance by looking at how many hours they have worked. The more hours worked, the higher the performance rating assigned. If the employee has worked overtime, the program calculates the overtime pay and then adds a bonus based on their performance and total work. All these amounts, the basic salary, overtime pay, bonus, and allowance, are then added together to get the gross salary. After that, the program checks the gross salary to determine how much tax should be applied. The tax rate depends on how high the gross salary is. Once the tax is calculated and deducted, the program computes the net salary, which is the final amount the employee received. It then displays all the results, including personal details, salary breakdown, and the final net salary. At the end of the process, if the user chooses to add another employee, the program will repeat from the start. But if the user chooses to not add another employee, the program will display a list of all employees' names and the total net salary paid to all employees. Finally, the program ends, making the completion of the entire process.
Okay, so here is the source code. The function that we have is float calculate tax, float calculate bonus, and void. We also have constant, which is constant integer max employees, which is 100, constant integer standard hours, which is 160, and constant float overtime rate, which is 1.5. And this is the display function. So, as you guys can see, this is our loop. The loop that we use is do while. The selection that we use is to which is multi-way and nested. The multi-way is switch case and the nested is if-else if. So this is all the calculation that we have. Last one is array. This is our array, which is employees need.
Once the program is executed, it begins by displaying a table that lists 5 job positions, which is manager, supervisor, chef, barista, and server. The user is required to enter the corresponding number based on the employee's job. Next, the program prompts the user to input the employee's full name and the total number of hours worked in the month. Based on this information, the system will automatically perform several calculations. It calculates the basic salary, overtime pay, performance label based on the total hours worked, bonus percentage, fixed allowance, gross salary, tax rate, and net salary. Once all the calculations are complete, a detailed salary slip is displayed, showing all the breakdowns, which is name, job position, hourly rate, hours worked, performance, and all salary components. At the end of the program, a summary is printed, listing all employees entered so far and showing the total net salary paid out to all employees combined.